again.
Hello.
Where do we find ourselves today?
We are currently in Romania, about to climb the highest peak here, Moldovanu, over 2,500 metres high. And if you didn't know, I'm doing a massive challenge to climb the highest peak of every European country.
How many have you done so far?
I've currently done 16, this will be the 17th.
Now, we already know this is quite scary because today got cancelled just because of the weather, didn't it? We had a freak weather warning, all our phones went crazy. So just help people understand, you're doing 10 peaks now, but you've done 16 in total. Talk about a couple of the ones that have been most memorable.
That's a really tough question. I'm halfway now, so there's been a lot. There's been Gurla, which was really tough because you need a guide, in fact, for it. It's illegal to do it without a guide. There's Iceland, which was just generally really long.
How long?
16 hours.
How do you, age 10, stay going for 16 hours? Well, the guide was actually interested in going back, weren't they? But you pressed on.
Yeah.
And you succeeded, didn't you?
Yeah.
And what other things have you had to deal with on your challenges?
Well, just crampons and slushy snow, running down a glacier on Gran Paradiso because there was thunder.
Yes, that was really dangerous.
Yeah.
At one point, you were going to have to hide in a crevasse, weren't you, or something? In case
Nearly had to.
Yeah. I mean, these are frightening. I'm here as an adult thinking, how are you doing it? It's scary.
We were literally running down a glacier with crampons getting clogged with all the slushy snow, and a possibility to have to sit in a crevice.
Now, those are some of the challenges you've done. Of the ones you're about to do, are there any that you think could be a bit more scary or are more challenging?
I mean, I'm not generally scared for any of them. I mean, Mount Blanc I know is going to be a hard one, and Austria's, because they're really high and really technical.
You're going up Mont Blanc?
Yeah.
You are a lad that did do Everest Base Camp though, aren't you? I shouldn't be surprised. You did
8.
at 8 years of age. Mont Blanc sounds to me so scary. And yet you take it in your stride, don't you?
Yeah.
And just remind people how old you are.
10 years old.
10 years old.
Started climbing when I was just 3, so more than half my life.
Unbelievable. Now, you and I met each other, and there's been a series of coincidences and events that bring you and I to this remote part of Romania. And even today, you were meant to be climbing today, weren't you? But what's happened?
So we arrived yesterday, just heard all the phone alarms going off, severe weather warnings, heavy rain, wind, lightning.
I mean, all of our phones simultaneously issued an alarm. That was the realest thing, wasn't it? And your mum was insistent, because your mum works, she's a mountain rescue, isn't she? And she was really clear that we couldn't take the risk. Well, you couldn't take the risk. I'm not going up that mountain. And already today, somebody's had to be pulled off that mountain. So it was a really good decision. But it shows how dynamic this project of yours is.
Yeah.
And actually, there's danger in this, isn't there? This is not kid stuff. Even though you're young, it's not kid stuff. When you're going up these mountains, there's genuine risk, isn't there? Because we've heard that.
Yeah, so there's crevices, and just generally sometimes, just maybe say you're on snow with crampons, and then wind suddenly really picks up, and then all snow goes in your eyes, and then maybe you get lost. Or lightning with ice axes, crampons and things, all your hair will be sticking up and all.
Yeah, because you've had to practice, haven't you?
A lot.
You've had to do a lot of practice. And even things like getting the crampons that fit you. You've had to get a specialist kit to do this.
Get them all the way from Germany. It was so hard. We were searching for half a year. Then when we were about to go on Toepkal, our guide finally found a place that would do them. So all the way from Germany, and yeah.
And just, you're familiar with Toepkal, but just tell people about that one.
So Toepkal is the highest mountain in North Africa. Something about it is that we actually had to go twice.
Why is that?
It was all because the first attempt, we were doing it over like 5 days to the summit. But on the day before summit day, I was sick. Not because of altitude, but because they generally wouldn't have anything that I eat. I'm a very picky eater. My favourite food is chicken nuggets. But obviously they had none of them up there.
Yeah, so the things that people don't think about, that the food has been poorly, and it was a real challenge, wasn't it? So let's talk about today. Well, the walk that you start tomorrow is going to be the beginning of 10, is it 10?
10 peaks across Balkans and then Norway.
So talk through some of the places you're going to be visiting over the next few years.
So we're going to go through here, Romania, Bulgaria, Kosovo,
there's Montenegro, isn't
Montenegro, Albania, North Macedonia, and even more.
I know it's going to be quite demanding of you, isn't it? You have to travel,
Yeah.
you have to sort of quickly acclimatise, you have to walk up a mountain, then you have to recover, and you'll be driving the whole way round as well, won't
Yeah.
you?
I think that'll be the mentally toughest part of it. All just driving around 10 hours from place to place.
We've just, John, my husband, and I have just followed you on one day alone, and we've already been on some very interesting roads, haven't we? And
Yeah.
I think this is probably going to be one of the more gentler parts of it. So Frankie, let's talk about how you and I met, because there's a bit of a journey about that,
Yeah.
isn't there? That brings me to Romania with you. Mark Goodwin, the town crier, just told me I had to meet a fantastic young man called Frankie McMillan, and we met and we did a podcast together. We did an Assa Marra, didn't we? That's been listened to in 19 countries. And then we did some coaching. You launched your own podcast. Tell people
Yeah.
what it is.
It's called Frankie Moves to the Mountains podcast.
And you were doing some work on developing your interviewing skills, and then I came down and it was quite fantastic. You were on the stage at Expo in Birmingham, weren't you? And one day you're there with Steve Backshaw cutting the ribbon, the next day you're there with Ben Vogel, and I see you talking to over 400 people, and your confidence on those panel interviews is just extraordinary. And I just knew that I wanted to support you, and I've sponsored the first mountain. So tell the name of the mountain again.
Moldavano.
Yeah, you're better at it than me. And I just knew that I had to come here and support you, because what you're doing is unbelievable. What your mum's doing is unbelievable. And all of this has a really important purpose, doesn't it? Why are you doing it, Frankie?
I'm doing it to raise money for CRY, which is Cardiac Risk in the Young. Trying to raise £50,000 for free heart screenings across West Cumbria, because of my friend Xander, who sadly has a critical heart condition that he was diagnosed with in reception when he was just 5, and just because of that he had a heart episode during school, and then he was taken out of school, taken to the hospital, and because of that his whole family got tested and found out that his grandma, his uncle, and his mum and his brother had heart conditions as well.
Now, if I understand the situation, for Xander to get treatment, to get that scan, he had to travel something like 2.5 hours. Was it to Newcastle?
Kendal. I
Kendal.
think.
Well, it's not easy, is it, in West Cumbria for young children to get screened? And what you're doing in all of this fundraising is that if anybody else finds themselves in that Xander's position, they'll be able to get screened far more conveniently and locally, won't they?
For free.
For free. It's a noble thing you're doing, because I am just watching you getting ready to go up the mountain. I'm seeing all the preparation. I'm seeing all the fundraising. You've had to self-fund all of the kit to get here, haven't you? There's been a lot of financial investment and planning, and so many people are going to benefit from what you do. But what drives you to do what you do, Frankie?
I just love climbing mountains. I say one of my little mottos is there's only 2 things that I like doing: climbing mountains and helping other people. Put them 2 things together, boom, you got what I'm doing, and I'm just really proud of myself for doing so.
Do you know what you remind me of when you did that boom? Can you remember that artist that I could never remember the name of, your song? Benson Boom?
Benson Boom, yeah.
Still can't get it right, can I? Anyway, from all of us, Frankie, we wish you the best of luck in the Balkans and in the wider challenge. You're doing amazingly well, and people need to get behind you and support you, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
How do they find your link?
So go on to my Instagram page.
Frankie Moves the Mountains.
Frankie Moves the Mountains. And if you would like to fundraise to the fundraiser, donate to the fundraiser, click the link in the bio. But if you would like to possibly sponsor one of these journeys, it's greatly appreciated. Just send me a DM.
Yeah, absolutely, because you can do so much more, can't you, and do so many more mountains if you can get a bit more sponsorship.
Yeah.
And there are some organisations out there that would absolutely, if they understood what you're doing, I'm sure they'd help and support you doing it.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can make that sponsorship happen. You're already over halfway towards your 50,000, aren't you? And it'd be great to get a bit more encourage you while you're in the Balkans. But thank you, Frankie.
Thank you.